Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Sky Factory 5. Carrying on with the block. Not quite where we were. I've done a little bit of work. We've got a few more bits and pieces in here. As you can see, a few more barrels. Upgraded one is literally just running copper around the edge. So I didn't really think you wanted to see that. So, we're going to carry on working with this thing. And the next thing we're going to want is one of these. So, we need one of these first. I'm missing gold logic processors. I have put a few of these in here, but... Oh, redstone. Redstone. And we're also going to need some Certus quartz here. I did make some Certus dust, and we are going to need that. Put some redstone in there. Put you in there, and let's go cook this stuff. Because we're going to need it to make... is this anywhere to make silicon, actually? Let's skippy. Yeah, it's literally just Certus dust. That is annoying as hell. But, hey ho. What can you do about it? Not a lot. You get in there. These things starting to backfill? Not yet. That's good. This is. So we'll need to get a way of spending that in a minute, but we can sort that. That's not a major issue. Okay. So, once that's all in, we'll be fine. Here we go. So, pattern terminal. Also going to need a diamond one. That's annoying. And a certs one. That's annoying. Okay, so we'll do that. It's one of them. Nice and easy. One of these. What else do we need? Need one of these. So let's get one of them. One of them. And in it goes. So now we just need one of these, which is just... yeah, Certus. In you go. There's our silicon. In you go. That needs to go in here first, doesn't it? I know what I'm doing, honest. Put that in there. This is normally why I like to have this sort of automated, because that way I don't have to do it by hand because it takes so long. Okay. So again, pattern terminal. Pattern access terminal. We are going to want one of these as well, but I'll come to this in a minute. That's the access. This is the one we need. Got one of them. Now we need a diamond. I only need the one. Boink, boink, boink. And boink, boink. Take that back. There we go. We are going to want to start making cards and stuff like that to increase the speed of this. Obviously that will come soon as I can. Right. Back in you go, back in you go. And now we go to... back to pattern terminal. Pattern encoding terminal. There it is. Bloop, bloop. Okay. Now what this does is really quite simple. So if I put pattern in here, we're going to want some of these. Right. Don't want to do that. Not yet. There we go. Make a few of these. Okay. These go in here. And then when you put a pattern provider, which I'm going to make here, hang on. Just in case you've never seen one of these before, although like I've said before, if you haven't, I don't know quite why you're watching me. Oh, but never mind, I do appreciate it anyway. Alright. That'll do. One more. Back in you go. And we're going to need some Need some more of these. So we're going to need some more Certus dust. Hooray! My favourite thing. There we go. Right, let's get you back in there, you bloody thing. Really just need a pulverizer. High-speed pulverizer will make this so much easier, but we'll come to that. Where's that at the minute? Not that worried. Right. While I'm doing this, let's go. Because I'm bored of doing this. This is chipped. It's now flawed. Now to make flawless, just need that. Certus quartz clusters, which we get from harvesting off this thing. Okay, just pop that down there for a minute. But we will need silk touch to get them. Yeah, we can make an enchanter. Don't know if we've got any. Don't think we have, but we'll come again. We'll come back to one of these. Yeah, it's just this stuff which we're missing, so we'll need to get into Ender.io at some point soon. Cool. Get near you. There you go at the bottom, thank you. There we go. Okay. Let's grab this coming out of here. So. Let's make some of these. Because we're always going to want lots of these cables. Okay. Let's grab some of this for a minute. Yeah, I moved all the cobblestone down from over there as well, so where the drill used to be is now empty. Okay, so now if you pop this up here. There we go. One. It should still be online. If it's not, then we can upgrade the cables. It's not a problem at this moment. There we go. Now this now should be online. Cool. Right, so. Right, so now we're going to here. And we go. So now we need to know how to make these. Just take that out. This is processing, so we do that. Take that out, do that. And gold. One, two, three. There we go. So now, whenever I tell it to make those, it knows how to do it. It won't do it just yet. That's where the problem lies. What we need is some of these. And these are expensive. Which is annoying. But hey ho. All I'm going to do is make some very basic bits and pieces here. And then we can get into some proper versions of this later. But I'm going to make a very basic system which will know how to make these. These is about as basic as you can get. The core crafting components will be really basic. But all I need is one small crafting unit with a lot of co-crafting with it. It'll allow it to do more things at once. There we go. And then, yeah, it'll know how to do stuff. As you can see as well, we've got plenty of iron now. Plenty of Certus. We've got a fair amount of resources now. We have got... Not even going to ask. We've got loads of bits and pieces lying around in here. So we do need to get some more of these up and running. Okay. 4 of them. Right, we're also going to need some of these. We need more quartz glass for this, so we're going to need more Certus dust. Let's get some of that. Okay, so these are starting to grow. In you go. Okay, throw some of that in it. And molecular assemblers. Okay, so we're going to need some of these. You need these cores like a swine on this. They're always one of the first things I tell it to learn how to make. Next up, we're going to need a pattern. One of these. Pattern provider. Throw that in there. Throw that out. And to begin with, we're just going to pop this here. We can move this later. There we go. Right, now we're also going to need one of the other terminals. Pattern access terminal. So we need an engineering press and we need one of these. Pattern access terminal. One of these. There we go. Don't worry, I'm having to ask this because I've just made one of these. That's an ME terminal. Pattern access terminal. And it was a diamond engineering, so we need a diamond. In you go. Okay, that goes in there. Pattern access terminal. Away we go. There. I pop that there. Now what this does is anything I make in here. So say, let's just, I want to make the formation core. Alright, so we'll take that. And the annihilation core. They're going to be the first things we're going to tell it how to make. And they're going to be in the molecular assembler. This is essentially a crafting table. And the reason why I put it here is so you can put 4 around it. You can put one there, one there, one there, one there. So now if I type in core in here, it knows how to make them. But we can't make it because we have no crafting CPUs. So what we're going to need now, I think we go for a 4K crafting unit. These are the basic ones that I don't want to go any lower than, really. I'm just going to break some of these down. That'll do. $4K. Three of them. One of them. One of them. There we go. So that's the 4K. Now this is about as basic as you can get. The 1K is the most basic, but that's the second most basic. Now we're going to need some. Excuse me. Now you can stack more of them on there if you want to. I try not to. But we are going to need, where are they? Some of these. Right, so we've got one of them, and we're going to need another engineering. So that's diamond. Right, the other thing we are going to need on here is an input bus. Boink. There we go. Now, input bus imports things into the system. So essentially it's an input. Should be online. Sweet. Okay. Now this, crafting monitor, no. That's what I want. No, we don't. And it goes. Next up, we'll put another pattern terminal above this one. And that'll be that away. Okay. Now this needs to go with this. So if we put it there. And now if we say we want to make these. There we go. It's done. Now you can also put a crafting monitor on the front of this. Which is another one of these. And what that does is it will basically tell you... oh, come on, Cap. Words are not that difficult. The crafting terminal shows you what it's working on, essentially. So it'll show you a little picture of what it's doing. And so you can just keep an eye on exactly what is happening with your builds. Which is never a bad thing. Right, because I am going to want this stuff back. So let's build out a little bit around the back. There we go. Up again. Small still. You get in there. Right, okay. But we now have the world's most basic setup. So, next up, if I want to make... right, so, molecular assembler. Come on. So, let's tell it how to make a molecular assembler. So, these two it knows how to make. This it now knows how to make. And that it now knows how to make. It knows how to substitute in stuff, so that's all fine. And then we go into here, and all this goes in here. So now, if I say... make me 3 of these. We're missing wood. Okay. It doesn't know how to make these. I will make some for it for the minute. But there we go. It's now off making stuff. Blip, 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 blip. There we go. All done. Now build that up. Yeah, we don't want that. Get off. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? I don't think it likes doing that while I'm laid down. Okay. Let's put you back. Get some of you out. Yeah, and while we're doing this, let's just make some more of these. Okay. There we go. There we go. Then this one. Oh, this was a dumb place to build up, wasn't it? That one can go there, and that one can go there. There we go. There we go. Never mind. Right. So now, whenever this needs to make anything, it'll make it in 3s. Which is much, much better than doing it at 1. It knows how to make 3 things at a time. It's only got 1 code crafting assembler because it can only make 1 at a time, but that's not really much of a problem. So now, next up, we need to tell it how to make the patterns. What are these? There we go. Yeah, to make... Oh. Break down some glowstone. That'll do. Okay. I will tell it how to make its own patterns in a bit, but for the minute, we're doing alright. There we go. So now you're going to learn all sorts of things, computer. There we go. So now if I say, make for me one of these, it knows how to do it. Off it goes. Let me say for these. We need 10 Certus dust. It doesn't know how to do Certus dust yet, but we'll get there with that. It's fine. Stop. Boop. See, it's all being crafted in there. Nice and easy. All done. So now we just need some of this to build out a bit further backwards. Just one. There we go. Look at that. Now the problem is this does all drain from my power. We're lucky in that at the moment we have more than enough power to sort everything. It's not an issue. Right, we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the middle we put our pattern. There we go. This is all still online. And if we go into here, we now have another row, which is perfect. Next up, we're going to need some more inscribers. So let's go. Inscriber. Inscriber going there. There you go. I'm pretty sure it knows how to make... No, it doesn't know how to make pistons yet. Okay, that's fine. So now we'll tell it how to make pistons. And because we're nice, we'll even tell it how to make some redstone. There we go. So, that can go there. That can go there. That can go there. And that can go there. So now I need another pattern. Just for the minute. So let's get another one of these. And we'll just pop this one on here. Next up, we're also going to need... right, we're going to tell it how to make the buses as well now. So, storage bus. Just in case it's needed. I'll tell you what, I don't like that pattern. Storage bus. There we go. No. That one. Right, so now you make that. It will accept substitution, so it should be alright. But we'll see what happens. It might get snooty with us. If it does, we'll change it. Bus. Import bus. Export bus. So the next thing we're going to need to make is an export bus. There we go. We're going to pop this on the front here. I'm just going to do that. Next thing we know, we're going to need an import bus. And this, honestly, is where we might start having a few issues. If it is, we'll figure them. There we go. Everything's online. Everything's looking good. Okay, so this, we're going to need some redstonium. And all we're going to do is say, take redstone, put it in there. See, it's ticking up nice and easy, and it's so much like that. I'm pretty sure the ones you put these on, we may not need to power the back. We can power it through the these, but that's fine. Next up, so now we're going to need the circuits. Processors, that's what they're called. Right, in here, processor. But we don't want these two on it, we just want that. I know this doesn't make any sense, but I will explain. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Now, what I'm telling the system here is that this stuff, to make one of these, it just needs those. Because what I'm going to do is I'm also going to tell it to put printed silicon in here already. So, every time it gets that, that goes straight in there. And we also need to tell it how to make some printed silicon. Which eventually I'll change, but just for the minute. There we go. Now, next up, do we have any... Got a bit. Let's put these back in here. And we'll take a stack out. And we'll go cook it. And you're on fire. I really need to... Ow! Stop being on fire. It's not funny. Right. You getting it? Oh yeah, you may have noticed a slight upgrade to my tool situation. God bling. Okay. So now when this arrives, it doesn't know what to do with it just yet. Eventually I'm going to put one of these and it'll basically just continue to permanently export it and turn it straight into, which will store them down here and then pump up into there, saving me a channel on the import bus. But, well, not really, but anyway. You'll see. Now. Right, now I can't make it without the silicon being here. That's fine. We'll wait. How far has it come? I just really hope it hasn't burned up on the way through, because it can do that, and it is annoying as hell when stuff does that. Silicon, has it arrived yet? There we go. Yep, so now we're just going to say 64 for that. And that will send it all into here. Again, putting... there's cards you can make to speed it. I'll show you. That'd be the easiest way. So, card. Basic card. Redstone card. Capacity card. Which... in things like this, basically means it'll open all of that lot up. Overflow card, then fuzzies, which are very useful if you're putting the stuff into a bin. So if you're getting like armor and things like, say, all gold chest plates, doesn't matter what they are, whether they're implanted or what, just throw them away. These are the best ones. Acceleration cards makes things go quicker. Inverter card, crafting card, and equal distribution card. That's quite useful. Basically, it's got around all in there, but crafting cards. So say for example, I have wanted workbenches. I can tell it pump wood into here. It'll make it into a workbench, and off it'll go. But this now, if you look, and it's automatically popping them into here. See? So this system is now closed, and if we want to make circuits, the actual circuits, then this will do that. If I say inscriber now, say if I want two more of these. I can't because it's busy making those. Come on, get out of it. Let's grab a little bit more redstone. Crafting monitor, there we go. Right. One of them. Which one of them? One of them. Thank you. Next up, one of them. Which needs one of these. Yeah, it's still up here. I can tell because it's still working through. 40 left. All these are ending up in here, and the ones that aren't are going to come back into storage, where again we'll sort somewhere to store them, probably down. When we move this, this is not permanent. To be honest, not a lot on this block at the moment. Apart from that area is pretty permanent, that area is pretty permanent, this area, not so much. All of this can be upheaved, it's not a problem. I've got plans to do that. I've got plans to change a lot of things on this block. But yeah, so that's basic pattern work here. This is just pumping these things out. And the auto crafting, as you can see, got 33 left. If we can make some acceleration cards, this would go a lot quicker, but it eats power. And that's part of the problem. When you make these things too quick, it gets a bit silly. But what we can do is cancel that at any point. Whip that out. Can't remember which one it was I wanted now. One of these, crafting monitor. So I need one of these, one of these. So I need a calculation processor. Calculation processor, one of them. Off you go. So it puts it automatically in here. So it goes, I know this. Squish. Then it pops it in here. I know this. Nice and simple. So now we can make this. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. Now this, I am going to want to tell it how to make. One of these. There we go. So I'm also going to tell it how to make these. Patterns. There you go. You guys getting that? There we go. So now for typing one of these, go make. And it's just making these. Come on. That's offline. I'd forgotten about that. Okay. I had completely forgotten that you need to do it like that. There we go. Does need to go back like that. So, yeah. But now if I type in, let's do the pattern again, because I'm going to need more chambers now. There we go. Tells me what it's making and when it's done. There we go. Forgot I need one more. But there we go. So that's really basic patterning. And like I said, we'll be adding a lot more to this in the not too distant future. But that's the real basics of it. This is as basic as you can get realistically. It looks complicated, but it's... What are you? Oh, you're my pattern provider. Come back. No! And the good thing about this is it even tells you what it's attached to. It doesn't. Some mods will, some mods won't. So you do need to be a bit careful with what you're doing with it. But other than that, it's pretty simplistic. But anyway, I think that's enough for now, so I'm going to leave that there. So once again, thank you very much for your time. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia. Still love this guy. Signing off.